I'm going to go down just a little bit more. All right. Oh, let's see here. I got my mountain sage. Still going and burning. Just this right here. Right there. Oh, Lord. Alrighty. So we're going to do a little coffee and tarot. It's like the beautiful kind of like foggy movie scenes, like either from like Scotland, Ireland, how they have that. I mean, I swear it looks gorgeous as all get out outside. Or like the Salem area and things like that. Like, all those movies that highlight that. So I was enjoying that looking out the window today. Made some apple cider, put a little caramel in it because, caramel apple. So I am just ready to see. Did I knock that out? Okay, maybe it's my desk. I don't know. Anywho's, so yeah, let's just pull some cards, see what it's going to say this morning. This is really hot. It's going to burn my tongue. Happy New Year to so many. It's the calendar year. The real New Year starts with like spring and everything, but you know what I'm saying. Trying to think. I just heard easy peasy lemon squeezy in my mind. I will take that. Easy peasy. Like going like 5 of cups, 10 of cups. Something's going to be easy peasy lemon squeezy. It's kind of fun doing this and like having people wake up later and come back and see the live later. Happens. Everybody's sleeping because they were out late last night doing stuff. Not me. Mama mode. Woke up. Very chill energy. It feels peaceful. It's beyond chill. I just feel like at peace, at rest. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. What message you got for us today? Ace of Swords. Just like cutting through a new path, cutting away a new path. Like they're showing me like a machete, like, like a path that's not been made before. And so in walking it, you're cutting away the shrubbery, almost like paving it. Not paving it, but like creating a path that others could use. But it's just not one that's been done before. Page of Wands. Some kind of like, I get like the idea of like a creative endeavor or a project type of energy, like a new passion of yours. Charismatic. I'm not really sure. Emperor. I feel like that charismatic was going with the page. So, oh shit. Hey guys. I'm over here, or Manishka, I'm over here talking to myself. Good. Makes you want to do it again, doesn't it? You're like, man, I need more of that in my life. Oh, isn't that amazing? That's going to be like a domino effect for you. I'm over here chilling. It is when I tell you I'm so cozy in my big ass sweatshirt, like I was saying when I first got on, that there's like fog. It's so foggy. It reminds me of like the movies where they were Salem, Massachusetts, or like Scotland and Ireland, how they can get real foggy, like the mist in the air is so, and I've got all the bare trees and stuff. It's really cool. And so I was actually just like staring out my window in my kitchen, like just enjoying it. I'm like, oh, kind of makes you want to like do a panoramic video and stuff. So I'm just like here. I'm just, but it feels peaceful. When I started, I was like, gosh, this is so peaceful. Like same as like when it's foggy out, and it's quiet and you're the only one. You walk. It feels very peaceful. I was like, the energy is cozy, peaceful, and they started saying easy peasy lemon squeezy, and I was like, I'll take easy. So yeah. Next card is the Emperor, guys. Emperor. This is definitely taking the lead. I'm getting a dual energy. I'm getting the sense that somebody's taking a lead on this new path that they're creating, that it's either a project or it's like a passion, like a new passion. And so you start doing something you haven't done before, that kind of thing. But then it also has the energy of somebody else lurking. Like there's somebody else there and I can't identify who it is. So we'll see. It's also about, quieting, like to having the strength to follow this. So I'm seeing between this strength card and the Page of Swords that they're linked together, because I love this particular one. Instead of taming a lion, like some inner beast that like that monster that likes to talk shit in your mind, or that stops you from doing things, they put a positive spin on it, because the unicorn is that special, unique aspect that takes a lot of courage and strength to own and to show. So it's like it is. So I think that's what this creative new passion, or something will ignite you. It's a new path. You're gonna do something new. It speaks to you. It gets you alive again, and it kind of has you standing out. So it takes a lot of strength to take initiative on this, to make moves on this, but to also own it, basically. And then we got the World. And by doing so, by taking this new path, cutting away the shrubbery, because it's a completely new path, like it's like not been done by somebody else. It's not been paved. You're not following in exact footsteps of someone else in regards to this. It's a new path. It's one that you're creating for yourself, that you feel drawn to, and that you are motivated towards, that you are taking action towards, that you're owning. It'll make you stand out amongst others, and it creates so many like world of opportunities. I want to know more about the Emperor, because I feel like there's a whole story there. Emperor is the center of the energy. Anytime I have a center card and there's an even number on each side of that card, that's how I know it's a center card. So smart, right? Then it becomes the overall energy. Well, let's see. Let's see. Emperor. Tell us about the Emperor. Oh, they just told me something else about this. Also with the World, like whatever new path this is, it feels creative or projecty in a way. I know, right? Don't you love my made up words? Um, it feels, 'cause it just hasn't, you're like, this is something completely new. Like, you're just like, why not? Let's try this kind of thing. Also, the reason why these two are together on this side of the emperor is because, like I said, you're having to own your uniqueness. It's something that makes you stand out, and it puts you very visible, but not just visible to a few. Like, somehow this highlights you, and I get like, they're giving me the energy of like worldwide seeing you, like a massive amount of people. Like, it makes you stand out. Now, this may not be literally, but world is literally like, I like that word today, apparently. The world is far reaching and expansive. But it's also like all eyes on you kind of type of energy. And so this is going to like, it's going to put you in a position where you really have to have strength, because a lot of people are going to get to see your weird. They're going to get to see your uniqueness. So even if this is like a situation where like you are someone like you isn't normally in this particular field, and you're suggesting something new and different with it, then that's what we're talking about. Like, it is like a female in a male predominant field taking a position that's exceptionally high, and it's just not ever seen, and so all eyes are on you kind of a situation. Like, it can have that. Just divvy up in different scenarios, but the reason why it's requiring strength is because it's like the fact that you're creating your own path is out there for the entire world to see. Okay. I get a sense of reinvention with this. This is a rebirth. Literally, the death card and the full card, the epitome of endings and beginnings. They're reminding me of the other reading, the Alpha and the Omega. I am the beginning and I am the end kind of thing. But there's this feeling of the Emperor is literally like, it's a resurgence. It's the Phoenix rising. It is putting it into a certain cycle and situation. Squash it. Like, it's a rebirth. It's a fucking rebirth. You are completely in charge of this rebirth. You are at the forefront of this. You are heading this on. You're leading this. Tell me more about the Emperor, please. Very solitary. You're going to stand out. You're okay. So nothing but major arcana explaining the Emperor, which is a major arcana. The reason why this is so massive and requires so much strength is because it's literally putting an end to either how people knew you before or to your old life. Like, this is one of those times where, like, I think of the Knight of Swords coming in, and it's that complete fucking 180 pivot. Like, he is rushing in and he cuts shit loose. Like, it is a drastic change that he creates. And so it's like nothing of the a 180 means that whatever was is no longer, and now you've got something new. That's what a 180 degree turn is, complete fucking opposite on the wheel. And so in that sense, it's putting to rest how things have gone in life. My favorite example of what this would be like is someone who graduates high school. This, like, the amount of responsibility that you now hold because of this magical turning 18 or graduating from high school or something, like, suddenly you were a child and now you're not. Like, the day may still look the same. I still woke up in the same kind of clothes, in the same bed, in the same town, in the same country. I have the same hair, whatever it is. But everything from this point forward is different. The expectations, my responsibilities, the energy around everything is completely different. How people interact with me is completely different. What I'm allowed to do, the level of freedom I have after that, as compared to just 2 weeks prior to that. Like it's this sense of like it's a moment in time where from this point forward, everything is different. Everything. And with the Emperor, it's like you are stepping into like this leadership role of your life where however it was before is no longer, and it's completely brand new. So when I tell you, that's why they were showing me with the Ace of Swords, like somebody going through with a machete and creating the path because it wasn't there before. And it's something that you're pioneering almost. You're not walking in the footsteps of somebody else. You're not following somebody else's pattern or path. Like you're just doing something different. This is also like mommy and daddy couldn't make this happen for you. You had to make it happen for yourself. So that's why they're also giving me the energy of like a woman stepping into a predominantly male field, but also at a very high level, like ain't nobody else done it before, or like the first Black female vice president of the United States, or the first, whatever it is, like first female vice president of the United, that kind of like it's a first. It shouldn't maybe be so unconventional or seem so unique, but it is. And sometimes this is just literally like you owning your shit because you're going with your truth. So you're approaching something that may be completely heard of before, or a genre or a niche or an area. It's approaching a problem. It's not something that you haven't encountered before, but this is literally like your presence and how you approach it is. And so it just draws a lot of attention, and you're doing it how you see fit, not according to some pre-program. That's why you're in the Emperor energy. That's why you're being seen as a leader, because you don't have a blueprint for this. Sure, people may have done X, Y, and Z before, but have they been... There have been plenty of vice presidents of the United States, but has there ever been a Black woman as vice president of the United States? Right? Like it's different. People are watching. People are seeing. And she has to own it, right? Despite whoever may be watching. And the best way to own something like that is to do it how you see fit. And can I just say, we have 1, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. We have 9 cards out. And of the 9 cards, 7 of them are major arcana. We have the Emperor, Death, Fool, Hermit, Strength, and the World. This is no fucking joke. This isn't something minor. This is something exceptionally major, life-changing in your life. Exceptionally life-changing. And even in the moment, if it presents itself, you may not feel the weight of that major change. But as you start to move forward, you will fucking realize how huge this shift is that's happening, that this new path is creating. Okay? I'd like to know more about this new path. Can we learn more? They want me to use the Starman Tarot. And why not? Makes sense. Look at how fucking unique this damn tarot deck is. This is by David. He did the artwork for Bowie. David DeAngelis and Esther DeAngelis, they're a married couple. But David DeAngelis is the one who did all the artwork for Bowie. And he is so fucking unique. He has carved his own little path. Look at this shit. Like, I mean, come on. Come on. Come on. Right? So, when I saw this in the store, I couldn't get it right then. I was like, I'm fucking coming back for you. And I did. Like, it was one of those times where I met a deck and I was like, you're mine. I have to have you. You're meant to be in my repertoire. Okay, this completely unique path. He's been coming up a lot. It's a different approach, is what I'm hearing. Hanged Man, yet another major arcana. For you, it feels so like, why not? Of course. Of course, that's how I would approach it. Of course, that's what I would do. It doesn't feel new to you per se. There's something that you present that makes it completely, the presentation of it, or something is completely new to others. Because it doesn't feel that anomaly to you. It doesn't feel so unconventional to you. Because you are the unconventional in this situation. That's the reason why. Damn. You are creating change for others and how they see things. This feels very okay. And I'm going to say, the way that it may present to you, you don't feel like it's as huge. But it feels like you don't understand. Like, when you create a path for others to go down, they will follow. When you step into an area, right? We now have a female, and I'm using the United States as an example. We have a woman vice president. Once that door is open, it encourages others to walk through it. But I'm going to tell you, like, I know, like, we don't sometimes like these over sensationalized readings, and it's like Spirit's going to you. To you, when this happens, it's like, it's great. It's wonderful. It is new. You recognize all those things, but you're like, why is Spirit making it feel so dramatic? And it's like, because I'm sorry, guys. It's rare. Exceptionally rare. In fact, I'm going to say, in all of my, y'all almost said 42 years. Bitch, I have not been reading for, do not make me older than what I am, Shauna. In all of my 24 years, I had to add, y'all, in all of my 24 years of reading tarot, when I look at the ratio of what's on the board, never have I had this many major arcana compared to minor arcana. Two minor arcana. We are now at 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 cards, and 8 of those fucking 10 cards are major arcana. 80% of the fucking cards. Only if I did that intentionally. We could have like, sometimes we'll start out and the first cards are major arcana, and so it seems like, oh, that's really great, but then like there's a shit ton of minor arcana underneath. The Strength card. What's funny about this one is we have a woman walking between 2 lions. I get the sense that maybe by creating and opening up this other perspective of things, you might cause quite an uproar. I feel like she's surrounded by this. Like, the Strength is, despite what other people say, or the naysayers, or someone that might want to poo-poo on your idea or your choice, or other people just have shit to say. Like, literally, there's some people out there that exist, and they have nothing more in their life than sitting online and finding all kinds of random people, because they get pure joy out of being able to talk shit online because they're bored. They're bored in life. So that's how they get their fucking dopamine hits. And sometimes it's like they just want to see who they get a rise out of, or, oh, look at my quick wit. Look at that one liner I put on there. Ha ha ha, that kind of shit, right? And it's like, it's just because you approach it differently. You're doing something different about it. Hell, let's use Kamala Harris, our vice president. People had shit to say. People had shit to say when Obama, the first Black president of the United States. Oh my God. Our government, people in our government took every effort to make him fail, like they've never done for anybody else before. Like when I say they, like people like Mitch McConnell, that piece of shit, I cannot stand the motherfucker. I don't understand why he still exists. Just saying, in like why he has it, like he's older than shit. Like he's probably as old as Lincoln. I don't fucking understand. So they're like, I don't care what it is. If Obama brings something for us, we're gonna go against it. Like, are you serious? It had nothing to do with with what's best for the country or what's good for people. It was simply wanting to throw a tantrum like a fucking 2-year-old because he was in office. What the fuck is wrong with you? You will have people. Let's use the CEO. There's gonna be misogynistic, patriarchal bullshit talking all kinds of shit like she's not qualified and she got it because she's a woman and all kinds of dumb ass shit. You'll have people mansplaining or just thinking that they're smarter. Like I swear, because you're a fucking female, and it's like they will doubt your ability, your intelligence in a subject matter. Like that's the kind of strength. Like it's something people haven't seen before. And people will say shit. People will say shit. Hey everybody. Just saying hi. So just as a reminder, we have the Hanged Man, the Strength, Emperor, Death, Fool, Hermit, Strength again, and the World card. And the funny thing is, I feel like the pieces that's getting the most attention are the two minor arcana, the Ace of Swords and the Page of Wands. A completely fucking brand new path that you are forging or paving yourself. You're having to cut down the brush. Ain't nobody been this direction before. So you've got that machete and you're creating this path. You're walking this. It's and it has something to do with either a project, a new path, like it's a new endeavor. We'll just say that. But it's one that completely aligns with you. And it gets, you have like a creative approach to it. So we want to know about this new path. What is it exactly? But they wasn't done. They wanted to say, yeah, this new path, by the way, some people might have something to say about it. You get to not give a fuck. That's what you get to do. Because I guarantee you, some of those people are going to be attached to the past. And that's been dead and gone. You've done resurrected like the Phoenix and come up and started something new. This is like a resurgence, a resurrection, something. Now, remember when I told you that it was the energy of the Knight of Swords? That complete fucking 180, where it's like there's this and then the 180 turns. Because the Knight of Swords is always about a drastic, stark change. Something old being cut out. And he's literally usually whipping that sword like this, just like the machete, right? Guess what came out? Knight of Swords. So what I think is happening is, and the reason why they say resurgence, rebirth, because now growth can happen. There's some kind of, but within your very physical 3D human existence. So this is seeing things external to you manifest, okay? Because it's been a long, hard drudge up to this point. We got the Ten of Wands, which is feeling completely depleted and exhausted, and having, this is the sign of having had done it on your own this entire time. That's why it has felt so heavy. Like you have made it to this point where you're going to start this new path of your own volition. No one helped you get to this place. Whether it was internally, like the drudgery that you had to get through, the things that you had to fight through, the lessons you may have had to learn, the things you had to deal with, like so many people can always try to take credit for things. Well, I did this at this point, and I did it. The only reason I hung in there was because of me, though. You couldn't give me the inner motivation or fuel to keep going. So you don't get to take credit for this shit. I kept pushing forward to the point of having enough faith in myself that I'm willing to walk out in purview of everybody else to create this path for myself. It could be something where nobody else in your family has done this. Let's take the example of somebody graduating, right? And they move out to Hollywood. And people are like, what in the actual fuck? Like everybody else does a 9 to 5 because we know how the world is. You've got to have some kind of stability. How dumb can you be? Go get your college degree, da 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 da. And it's like, no, because I have. And it's like, so your failures, your successes are there for everybody to see. And it takes strength to go to Hollywood and try to stand out amongst a sea of others that want exactly what it is that you want, right? That's the kind of energy. That's the kind of energy. And there's a sense of, I bore this weight on my own to get to the Ace of Pentacles. So don't let anybody ever feel like they can take credit or try to take credit for what you've done. Just because people played a part in your story does not mean that they are the writer, the creator, the creative director, the editor, like none of that shit. They're none of those things. And that somehow you wouldn't have made it to this point if it weren't for them. Like somebody needs to get off of their fucking high horse. What entitlement. Right? Because the Ace of Pentacles is this brand new start in your life that grows. And what grows from that, because the Ace of Pentacles can go all the way to the Ten of Pentacles. That's this is that thing that, take a look. With this Ace of Pentacles, they show that it has all these roots. All these roots. It's something that fucking grows. Okay? And the Knight of Swords. And it's this new thing developing in your life is going in a completely different direction. And I think with this message, the reason why we have so many major arcana is for them to say, hey, we would love for you, instead of trying to fill this in with details from your brain, because our human loves to create details and tell us exactly what it is and fill in the story. They're like, could you fill into the energy? Because the major arcana is those shifts at an etheric level, an energetic level. That's where the immensity is. That's why I say at some point you're going to be like, this doesn't feel like it's as big of a deal as it, you know what I mean? Like heading off to Hollywood, like people are saying all kinds of shit. And it's like, I'm just pursuing my dream. Like, why are you acting like this is bigger than, because you're breaking the tradition. You're the only one in your family to do that. And whoever it is that's watching, like whatever you're doing, again, could be on a massive scale. People are going to see it. So this is like a path that you have not been down, and neither has anybody else. At least not in the way, like they know other people have gone to Hollywood, but nobody from their family. That's why it's that whole hanged man is like a different perspective with the strength card. Like it's not so fantastical, but then again, to those watching, it is. So we sometimes talk about the inner child guiding us. And really the inner child is, if you think about it, that part of us that has that belief or faith in something. You know, before the world can taint it, before anybody else can tell you it's not possible, before anybody else tells you what you should be doing, before you ever get programmed to operating in a different way or having a different lens, a different perspective, that raw energy of who you are, where you play in what you want and desire, sans any kind of limitations, that's what this is. We have the Six of Cups, that childlike energy, that childlike wonder about something before all the bullshit that told you no, before all the things that made you start conforming to a societal standard. Before that happened, that's what's leading this. Whatever this is, that inner child. That's what we're talking about when we're like that inner child. It isn't just about having fun and playful. It is the not buying into all the other bullshit that the adults do. And it is requiring you to walk away from something. 8 of Cups. There is a comfort in conforming. There is a comfort in finding a path to do what you want to do that's like everybody else. There's a comfort in going to predominantly female industries. There's a comfort in staying in the background of projects and not being the leader. There's a comfort in, staying close to your old stomping grounds and not breaking generational traditions. It's a faux comfort. It's not real because it creates a whole other discomfort on its own, right? So in that sense, you are, in essence, like the death card, you're leaving this and turning and pivoting and going this. This could be expectations. This could be people. This could be careers. This could be whatever it is. Even your own sense of comfort. Staying hidden. You walk away from that. And I think whatever kept you here was all the shit that was taught and programmed into you that got rid of your inner child being that compass. Okay? And voila, here's your choice. 2 of Pentacles. So leading up to you taking a chance and doing something in your own way that, whether you realize it or not, means you're creating a whole new path. Because once you break free of family patterns and beliefs, or once you break free from societal standards that say that you can't be vice president, or once others can walk through that door. To you, it's just following your own inner compass. It's following your own inner truth, the hermit. You think that, but you're not recognizing what this means. But you do have to choose it. You do have to choose it. You got to choose to start walking down that path. The Ace of Pentacles is almost like there's that opportunity, and now you've got to choose it. You've got to do it. That brings us back to the Emperor energy of that's why you're the leader in this situation. You are taking charge in this, in doing so. You're owning your power. You're owning your strength. You're owning your uniqueness. You're owning your desires, and you're walking forward with it. Let's see if there's any details we can gather about this. Oh. I forgot about this. So it came out face down, and I thought it was like, oh, okay. It's the Princess of Cups, which is the Page of Cups, which is like, it's a very abundant opportunity. It always is. And generally speaking, because I was about to say, is this coming in, or you do like, what is this? It feels like to me, this has an energy of something coming towards you. But I want to clarify because, a lot of times people will hear that from a reader, and so they just sit and wait and do nothing. And it's like, and they don't realize before that information, they were doing things. They were manifesting. They were working towards things. They were, researching. They were taking initiative. And sometimes I think that people want to take a step back. Oh, okay. Well, I'll just wait right here while it comes. So before I go on and say that that's what this means, let me pull some more cards. Okay. We have been using divine doors a lot lately. They're really into this, I get a lot from it though, I guess. And I guess they're like, for a small little saying, I can really it helps me to pick up on energy. We're going to clarify the Princess of Cups, the Page of Cups. So, because it almost feels as if there's this opportunity, and it's how you approach it and take it and go for it that is so unique, that puts a lot of eyes on you. It is so funny that I said, I don't want anybody to feel like to just sit on their keister. Deeper. You are not finished. You are not yet done. Dig deeper and deeper. The best is yet to come. Hold on. Hold on. So I feel like this is a little bit for those who are either exhausted and are like, I just not anymore, and they want to give up on something, because it's literally like, just dig deeper. It feels like just dig deeper, like you've got this. Because let's remember, 10 of Wands, you've gotten to this point all by yourself anyways. All by yourself anyways. So I've just endured all of this, and now as I embark on this, I'm going to be even more visible. It feels almost like more eyes on me as I continue to it's one thing to keep pushing forward when no one is paying attention. As much as we may lament that we want help and assistance, it's like, but when we have help and assistance, it can feel like eyes are on you. And I feel like saying that once you start to pave this path, that's not just it. That's literally like the beginning. Remember, we've got the Death card, which is the Phoenix Rising. We have the Death and the New Beginning. It's a new beginning. And to emphasize that, they bring out the Fool. They're like, this is not like when this finally comes and you start going down this path and you start owning that shit, That's just the beginning. It requires a completely different inner strength than what you had before. Nectar of sweetness and joy it brings, the hummingbird's healing as medicine it sings. The thing about I'm getting, and I don't know why I'm getting, well, I mean, I do and I don't, with the hummingbird, what they're trying to say is, there's a lot of times where like it took so much to get here. And I think they're just echoing what I just said. Because if you think of a hummingbird, the rate at which their heart has to beat in order to be able to maintain their flight, and that's the reason why like their nectar, the nectar that they drink from, like if you've ever seen a hummingbird that doesn't have enough of that sustenance to keep going, because the way that their metabolism and their heart are actually, the rate at which it's operating is astronomical. I feel like I would die myself. And if you've ever seen them, they will get to the point where they can't even lift a beak. They can't lift a wing because they will sheer like complete exhaustion. And it's why it's so easy when they've landed somewhere. It is so easy to go and grab them because they don't have it. And so you'll see all these videos of people taking sugar water or something to them to try and help them because they need that in order to keep up the pace of what they've been doing, right? So imagine what I feel like this is saying is that moment of rest where sometimes they will actually perch when they're doing something because in a lot of times in nature, there's not that opportunity. But of course, we've got a lot of hummingbird feeders and things like that now. Like that moment of rest and what is necessary for sustenance. It's only momentary for them. They have to do that to regroup. Like imagine what all they did before that moment where they had to just completely stop and recharge and get their energy back and get their body back into alignment. And then they're off again. Does that make sense? That's what I'm feeling like because it's giving us like the sweetness of this coming about brings a lot of joy and healing, but it's also just the beginning. One door closes. Fuck me, seriously. One door closes, another one opens for you. Let the plans of destiny unravel true. This is like that moment of rest, but now it's time to go. It's a brief, like once this change happens, it feels so sweet, but it's just the beginning. It's not a place to sit and stay. And that's why they're saying you're not finished yet. Dig deeper. We're about to move again. Its healing gifts runs a destined course. The morning dawn is our inspired source. You will be refreshed and regrouped like the hummingbird, though. This joy or this peace or this happiness that this change brings, this new path, this page of cups, actually will give you the fuel to keep going. It literally is like your inspiration to keep moving. So to me, what this is saying, while they're describing the energy and how impactful it is and how much courage and strength it took to get to this place and how much weight you bore on your own shoulders, likewise, it's a whole different type of strength to move forward. But that inspiration, which I'm getting the Page of Wands, will come back. Like that flicker, that flame, that passion again, that creativity that's been bleh, is coming back with this opportunity. Freedom flows. Don't hold yourself back from worldly freedom. Oral card. Dream grand things for divine, sacred reason. It's that, again, I'm moving to Hollywood, I'm doing this, I'm going places. Like whatever this is, whatever the Page of Cups for you is, you're going to be doing something others have not. Whether it's from the family, from the world, whether it's creating a new path, if you're going about it differently. But this completely new fucking path, because you've got to pave it, requires a lot of strength. It requires you to own your uniqueness, own the thing that makes you different in regards to this path. Own that aspect of you that makes this a path nobody's walked before. Okay? Be willing to walk into all of those different opportunities. This Page of Cups is going to be like sweet success, but it's not meant to be your resting place. That sweet success, it feels so fucking good at this when you take this on, is meant to actually give you the motivation, the drive, the passion, the fuel, the fire to keep the fuck going. You're gonna have to dig deeper and keep going because the best is yet to come. Like you are so happy with what comes in with this Page of Cups that you're like, and they're like, it's okay. You can rest like the hummingbird. But soon, and not too far off, you're gonna have to keep moving. This is meant to boost you even further. So sometimes we can be like, oh, this is my sweet success. Like, this is the reward for all this shit. And they're like, really, that's a little further down the road. This is more like your sustenance, like the hummingbird, your sustenance. It's meant to propel you forward. So it's almost like go beyond whatever this success is or this opportunity or this, whatever this brings you feels really good. And they're like, but do more, go bigger. That's where the real carving of the new path comes from. Blaze a trail. Worldly freedom. Like it's almost like when this comes in, take it as a sign that nothing can hold you back. Makes sense? Okay. Well, I was asking for a little, they did explain the Page of Cups. They're like, well, it's just something sweet to come in and maybe I don't need details because it'll be different for everybody, but it's not meant for you to just sit there with. Whatever comes in is actually supposed to be the fuel to help you keep going. By all means, enjoy it for the moment. They even said it, like, we get it. It's taken a lot to get here. But now, once you get rejuvenated, expand more, dig deeper, go further. I want to know why this feels like sweet success. Well, we know because it's been a long, hard slog. And this, whatever this Page of Cups is very tangible in the human world, in the material world. And it's something that's meant to grow. We knew that. Ace of Pentacles, right? And it's like whatever it is also sets the trajectory for your life. Because I almost feel like you've had moments of rest and lull and peace in your life. You're like, oh, things are okay. But you somehow stayed on the same linear trajectory. And now they're like, it's a 180, remember? It's a Knight of Swords. So you're changing. You are changing trajectory. It's a pivot point in your life. So in that respect, you aren't going to be repeating some of the same shit you've been repeating. Same old shit, different day kind of scenario. Same shit, different group of people. Like, you know what I'm saying? Same shit, different job. Like, fuck me. It's breaking that. I'm going to go there. We're going to go there. Okay, they want me to use Lenormand. I spent time with Lenormand this morning. Like, really getting back into, like, feeling the cards. I don't know. weird stuff that I do by myself, guys. But I guess it was in preparation. Because about the Page of Cups. They reminded me this morning that, I always have said in the past that snakes are a good thing to me. I don't know what, like sure, somebody can be sly and act like a snake and everything else like that, but snakes are like life force. It is that fire that burns within, because I think of Kundalini. And I was reminded when I was doing these cards that the snake also means, even according to Lenormand, a deep-seated desire, a goal, a craving. It's that, which would be that fire within, right? So this is addressing, the Page of Cups is actually a desire of yours. So this isn't something completely new. It is actually a desire of yours, a deep-seated desire. I'm going to ask one more thing about this. So the Page of Cups is a deep-seated path that you've wanted to go, like a highly desired path. And we're going to expand our understanding of just the path. It's not just, I want to be a realtor. What if your deep-seated desire, what if realtor was a choice you chose because you felt like it best fit your deep-seated desire? Like your deep-seated desire is to have a career that you can create your own, you can work when you want to and when you don't want to, where you can make as much or as little as you want to based upon how much energy you're willing to put into it, that can, like what if, and like make large commissions from, so you can do like a time-wise, a smaller amount of time for something bigger. Like what if you bought several places and rented them out? Or what if you like it required an unconventional approach, which means it didn't take up as much of your time, but you had a lot of income. What if you chose that? What if that was the real deep-seated desire, guys? What if the deep-seated desire is to have something like that in your life because you wanted to just be able to enjoy life itself instead of work it away? And so they're like, okay. So when they say deep-seated desire, something that they're addressing, a path opens up for your deep-seated desire, they may address all of those things. It is a job that you can do on your own time, that you are completely in control of, that you make large amounts of money for a smaller investment of time, that gives you plenty of time with your family and allows you to enjoy life. But it's not necessarily saying it's the realtor, because being a realtor, like because what if they're like, that actually isn't going to be fun for you? Got something better. Got something better that you love. Like you love to do this shit. And we still get to meet your deep-seated desire. This is how spirit works, okay? So this is why they said earlier, maybe they don't want you to put too many details. They want you to understand the energy of it, because what your deep-seated desire is the energy of what I just explained, not the details of being a realtor. Okay. And so they're saying this Page of Cups, is a very highly desired path by you that you will receive some form of communication regarding, because that's what the birds is about, right? Communication. That's phone call, email, text message. Sometimes the birds can also mean like an interview, that type of thing. And then the dog is like loyalty, friendships, like a good solid kindred spirits, good solid support network and group. Now the fox can be anything from like intellectual, smart, witty, like very sharp individual. It can also be family. But when you have these two together, it's obviously not something untoward, because if they are the dog, they're a kindred spirit. They're loyal. They are friendly, kind, supportive, whoever it's representing. So it's literally like some form of support. That's the path that's opening up for you. That's the offer that's coming in. It's a deep-seated desire that's good, that is some type of communication offer. To me, that is something that's coming in. And I always say that, in my opinion, I think you can trust the fox, not just the dog. And then we have the garden, which is one, again, it is being seen. It is a very public purview. Okay. So again, worldwide, eyes are on you. And this may be that somebody has had their fucking eye on you. Fuck if I know, right? Because they've got that mentioned several times. People be watching. Some people gonna be saying some stuff. You are very much so visible. Maybe you're very visible to somebody. And you're like, huh? What? Okay. This is also like online. So I would highly expect that if there's a type of communication that's coming in, it's going to be either one, you're meeting somebody like this, right? You're gonna run into them, okay? But also, I'm thinking like online, like somehow either somebody finds your resume online, somebody connects with you online, because this is a public place. It's public. It's networking. It is making connections. So I would say some of you are going to be getting a message, email, text message, something electronic, something to do with the World Wide Web, or maybe they come across your resume on like LinkedIn, something to that effect. But this is something coming in. And again, they're evading some of the details because they're saying this hits everything that your deep-seated desire wishes for. Some more about the Page of Cups. Anything else? And the Page of Cups may be giving you a more public position. I mean, hello. This is a very beneficial, lucky. They just said lucky break. Okay. You have got to be either on somebody's radar or somebody picks up on something in regards to you, and they think you're the right fit. They think you're perfect. They think you're witty. They think you're smart. You're the right fit. Like there's something about they're going to communicate with you. Because we have both like this, like it could be a lucky encounter. It could be sheer fucking dumb luck, but whatever this Page of Cups is comes across you or you come across it. Period. Sheer, like, you know what I'm saying? On a public platform, maybe. But it's a path that you really desired. It's a path towards your goal. You can trust it. It's a smart move. And you will be receiving some type of communication in regards to it, okay? Because we've got the moon fucking card, which is all about, it's this, the star card is like the wish, like the desires. The moon card is like, if there ever was something that was fame, it'd be the moon card. If there was anything that's about somebody has recognition, somebody you get elevated where you start having like somebody recognizes you over others, it's going to be the fucking moon card. It's the fucking moon card. Like, if there's anything public, garden, the world card, people are watching, it's the fucking moon card in this deck. So So at the base of this, like if I were to go basics with this interpretation, we've got the house and the journey card, which would be about moving to a new location and a gift, right? Like whatever this opportunity is might give you the avenue to get out of something. That's what I would say. The Page of Cups would also be like, this is not just home and structures, but this is like sense of security, safety, stability within one's life. This would be like movement towards that progression, like permits also, because the journey card is usually about actually making forward movement to a group or people or scenario or work environment that is supportive, because the community card is all about that. And like, this is like exactly what you're wanting, what you've been desiring. This is like prime opportunity. That's what the gift would say. So if I get too detailed, we're going to eliminate other people from the possibility. Like, they're going to start thinking they're not in this group, and they are. But it does ring true that this is a choice. It is a decision. We have the Two of Pentacles. Ace of Swords, it is completely new. Your approach to whatever this fucking job is, either that your presence is brand new in this area, or how you approach it is brand new, but it lights a fucking fire in you. You get passionate again about it. It is something that you want. It has the essence of like a new endeavor. So it could be a new position that was created in there to help them go in a new trajectory. It could be a new department within a business. It could be a completely brand new fucking business. It can be just a project and somebody wants to contract you for it. So it's like, it's at the baby stages. It's at the beginning, which gives you because if it wasn't at the beginning, whatever this is, you wouldn't be blazing your own path, unless, much like the only time I would say that's not true is like the scenario with like the vice president. Like, it's been around a million eons, but for whatever reason, like, it's never had a black female or a female period as the person holding that office. And so it's a change because of how other people see things. So that would be the only scenario in which I would say it's not a new position, but it's going to be done new, like it's never been done before. Okay. And this is also something that's trustworthy, that is a smart move, and that seems like there's going to be communication on. And whether you could recognize it or not, it has something to do with, like, you are either public in a certain way, you are being seen in a particular way. By happenstance, you come across something on a public forum, or a person comes across you on a public forum, but it is like sheer luck and positive development from this. And it is a 180. It will be a 180 in your life. It could impact where you live. whatever it is going to grow, but it is like a gift, like an opportunity, like the hummingbird. It's a moment of sweetness, but it's not really meant to be your landing place. It is like a place you can springboard from and move and go even further. So this is a like fantastic opportunity, which is the reason why when we first started out, we had 10 cards and 8 of them were major arcana. Like they're trying to explain this to you. Like, look at here. This is bigger than what you realize. You are probably going to look at this like it's just another day. And I'm like, and how is this so great and big? First off, you're going to know it's going to be wonderful because you're going to feel like you can finally, right? Like that you get. But the way that Spirit's like, girl, I don't know why I just said girl. That's me coming through. Like, this is why I call some of y'all my girlfriend. Like when we get into the tea of shit, I'm like girlfriend. And I don't care what you are or what you say or what pronoun you like. You my girlfriend in this moment. Because we're going there. So I'm bad. I'm sorry. That was all me. That was me. I was getting into it. Sorry. So this is literally just like something that is it's you either don't think that you bring this, like you don't think it's so unique, and you don't understand why people are either like, what the fuck with you, bystander, or other people are so enamored with it, or why Spirit feels like this is such a big deal, but they're like, what you bring to the table, this is completely brand new. You got that machete. You are cutting this new path. You don't see the expansiveness of this just yet. But you will. And that's why they're telling you, when you get into this situation, remember, enjoy the juices. Enjoy the nectar. But once you're rejuvenated, get to fucking moving. Keep it going. Don't stop here. Okay? Okay. Don't rest on your laurels. All right. I hope that made sense. Well, everybody was watching. Like, everybody was watching, but nobody was really commenting. And I'm thinking, are y'all just soaking this in? Like, oh, okay. Oh, like, that was a very thorough reading. Like, when you want to have a sit down with Spirit and you're like, I need you to just talk to me like we are friends. This is what Spirit is saying. Like, girl, this is on you. This opportunity means you really have to step forward. You are the emperor. You're the emperor because you're going to go about it completely differently. You are the emperor because you have to take charge. Yes, it's going to require strength because you have to own your weird, your woo-woo, your uniqueness. And it's going to be on full fucking display for everybody. And yes, you are so used to having a different kind of strength where all the naysayers and the people that would pull you back, and you may still have some of that. But now, this is the type of strength to own your vulnerability. Everybody's going to see it, okay? But you can do it, and you may not understand why people look at it like it's so unique or why the response is the way that it is, but it's because you're going about it your own fucking way. You are going to stand out, maybe like a sore thumb. But this whole rebirth, because what's coming in is a fucking rebirth, bitch. It is a rebirth. You are going to feel good. You're going to get that nectar, and you're just going to be like, oh my gosh. But guess what that's for? It isn't just that's not your reward. That is your rejuvenation. That is your sustenance so that you can then rise again. It is your inspiration to fucking keep going. Like, this success and whatever this is that comes in, this Page of Cups, is meant to help you go, bitch, I ain't giving up then. Let's keep going. Right? I mean, sure, it's to help eliminate the weight of the world on you, but I don't know what you fucking think, but you better not stop. You better not stop here. And yes, you will be walking away from how a lot of shit was. This 8 of Cups, yes, you will. But the beauty of this is it's almost as if when this weight is lifted, that inner child who now suddenly believes anything is possible again, right? It's like getting rid of all that old programming. You felt so heavy because everything you saw around you told you that all this shit you were programmed with, And all the bullshit society taught you was actually true. You can't do this and you can't do that. But you kept fucking going, and look who can. Look who the fuck can. And when this weight is lifted, your inner child is like, can't nobody stop me. That when they say that this is meant to be your inspiration to keep going and expanding, that's what the fuck they're talking about. Because this is going to lift whatever that fucking burden is. It's going to take you out of that adult mindset, put you back into that child mindset where before anybody programmed you to be anything different, to believe what you want to believe, to operate in life and see things the way you want to see them, to see the truth of the matter rather than what other people are telling you. Like, bitch, you was about to do this. This is a 180. You are getting out of that adult programmed mindset and you're going back to who you truly are at the core, and you get to make this expand. So now all you got to do is choose. But I'm preparing you. I'm preparing you. I'm letting you know now. The 180 is not is about you choosing to keep going even after this success comes in, because there's more. There's so much more. And I know that you can be like, I'm happy with just this because it's been a rough slog all the way up to now. But we don't want you to just be happy with this. Because really what we want you to do is open a door for others to walk through. Whether it be somebody from your family, people from your hometown, a career niche, whatever it is. So, and this is when your girlfriend's sitting down with you would be like, you are more than just this. You are powerful, and this proves it. The fuck you stopping here for? That's what it feels like to me. This was a girlfriend chat. Let's sit down, bitch. Let's sit down. Let's have a conversation. Okay. Good. Good. I'm talking the cosmic, guys. I'm like, good. Like, woody boo. All right. So yeah. Okay. Okay. Yep. So that was today's reading. It's still foggy outside. It still looks like almost like Halloween, like that crisp fall air when you want to walk outside, and it's like it has that quiet, bare trees, all the I don't know. I might get outside today and walk in this because that just has a whole different mood. It's a whole mood. I hope everybody had fun last night. What did y'all, anybody celebrate and go do something? I went out with a friend for just a little bit, just to enjoy some music and stuff. But I came back so I could bring in the new year with my 19-year-old. I talked to my little one, my 6-year-old yesterday, and man, he wanted to talk on the phone. It was so cute. Don't y'all love when little kids get on the phone? They sound so fucking cute on the phone. He's just all like chipper and happy, and I was like, I love my baby. See, well, oh yeah. Is it still hunting season, David? In January? Can they still do it? I thought hunting season finished. Because I'll be out in the wood, like a wooded area. He was so cute. Oh my gosh. We were talking and talking, and he is my artsy child. And in that respect, he takes after his dad. His dad does like short film stuff, and like he's got a very practical job, but he has a lot of artistic stuff. And so like a lot of his gifts for his dad were art things. And I got him a table for Christmas, like a desk that's more art. It kind of comes around him like this, so he can do all his stuff. And so his dad was teaching him how to turn his art into like an AI cartoon, like so to put it onto the computer. I was like, good, because so you can come back and teach me. He's teaching him how to use Photoshop. He's 6. And it's so fucking cute. And I was like, good, you can come home and teach mommy. Because I don't know. I had Photoshop for a while. I was like, and I thought Canva was supposed to be easier. And I'm still going. So if any of you heifers understand that, by all means, would you love to do a tutorial with me on Zoom? Because I need some help. Yeah, see what I'm saying? Like he is. So he sent me the picture yesterday of what he did. And it's so cute. Good God. It's a donut man. A donut man. And I guess he turned it into an animation, like use the picture to make the image move. He couldn't exactly show me that on the phone, but I was just like, and he's adorable. His donut man may or may not have looked like a donut man. I don't know, but it was so cute. He's so into it though. He loves it. He loves art. So this is my baby that's going to be the artist. So my job isn't to force him into any kind of like, academic something something. I want him to get a good solid grounding, but I guarantee you the skills his daddy's teaching him right now, or us encouraging him with these other talents, is going to get him further in life. That's the one he is. He is that one. He's got a creative mind. I love it. He's so freaking cute. Look at you. See, Cosmic, and that's my oldest, my 19-year-old is the one that's more like me in the sense that he's exceptionally spiritual. And while all of them have their gifts, like his is very much more leaning towards the intuitive and things like that. Like he is very on point spiritually speaking. And that doesn't have to be his career or anything, but like he's very, his imagination goes in a different direction than what, say, my younger one would. Like, and so, but my middle one, that child is so black and white with the way that he's so exceptionally fucking smart. To the point that sometimes he gets bored in class, so he doesn't even try. Like he tests off the chart. Like, and that doesn't necessarily mean anything, I guess, to a certain degree. But like when you're testing him, and he knows things beyond what you've taught him, and he tests to the highest point on your on the rating for your test. They had a new testing system last year. He tested the highest he could in math on this testing score. So and they do it 3 times a year. So to check his progress, his goal was to go up 1 point, but he couldn't. He couldn't go up 1 point because he tested to the max. And I'm like, what the fuck? And so at the end of the school, he did not get the award for the highest growth. Like there's a lot of things that he didn't get an award for because he didn't go up far enough on his test. And I was livid. I was like, are you okay, first off, we don't need these kinds of awards. We should have other types of awards, not based upon how someone tests, because my sons know better than anybody else. But when you knock my son because of how intelligent he is, that's just as fucked up. Like he doesn't get something because he didn't increase on his test because there's no fucking way for him to. Like, this is that kind of child. Annoys the shit out of me. He's so damn smart that he is a smart mouth, and like he has the quick whips, and I can keep up to a certain point, and then I'm like, you gonna die, little boy. You better stop this shit. Like, but I love him to pieces. he's just, so he has found a way to be that funniness so he could fit in, because at first being that smart kept him feeling isolated in school, but now he's figured a way to kind of like use that, anyway. He's the one that could go to MIT, and even that's his goal. That, yes, Massachusetts Institute for Technology, for anybody who wants to look that up. That's where your bit, like, your ones. Oh yes, if you're gonna go for any type of computer science, math, things like that, that is the place you go in the United States. No shit, MIT. And at first, when he was little, and this is the thing that I love, and I'm just sharing some stuff about me. I'm sorry, guys. I know this isn't even fucking reading. When I was younger, so like his dad, because he had two children very young, didn't get to finish his degree. His dad was going for like accounting, and like maybe like 10 credit hours short, he had to stop because he was having to work so much because he had two kids. And so eventually he was out of it for too long. But this man loves numbers, and that's where his son gets it from. I'm smart with math, but I don't love it. So I don't like the whole black and white numbers thing makes so much fucking sense to him and his father. I'm still over here going, like, when I was tested on all this shit, flying colors, I could do it all, but I didn't like it at all. I'm not a mathematician. Don't make me do it if I don't have to do it. Okay. And so his dad, like, when he was little, he used to talk to me, and he was like, he would try to always catch me, like I wouldn't know an answer to something. He'd ask me a question. This is first grade, second grade, third grade. Mom, you always know. Like, how do you know this? Like, he would think that he got these little, like trivia question, and I'm like, I'd just be able to answer. And I was like, and he's like, so he starts talking to me about colleges, and at third grade, they talked to him about colleges in fourth grade. So we talk about degrees. Mommy has a bachelor's, and mommy also has a master's degree. He goes, is there anything higher than a master's degree? I was like, there is. And I was like, it's called a doctorate. And he's like, that's what I'm going to get, because I'm going to be smarter than you. Like, it was a goal in his life because mommy was so smart. Here's the thing. So was daddy, though. And not too long ago, over the last 4 years, just before the pandemic and everything, his dad started going back to college, got him he finished a bachelor's degree. He was able to use some of his credits before, but not a lot. And it's all in computer programming and things like that. And then instead of stopping, his dad went and got his master's degree. Now, college is not for everybody. I am sitting on a loaded, I have a degree that you can use when I work with people, but like by no means can I fucking make money with it. Like, it's social work. I'm a social worker, guys. Like, I could do therapy. I could do all kinds of stuff. Like social justice. I've done community organizing. I can do research. There's a lot you can do with it, and it all centers around social justice, right? And so, I've done everything from medical social work to community organizing and creating programs within court systems and da 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 da. So mine's more like sociology, psychology, like the human mind, the human condition, and how it evolves and develops and all that kind of shit. And his dad's like, so I'm not promoting everybody to go to university because that ain't the answer. Because right now I'm in hella debt for that shit. And I'm like, I probably should have got a different degree. But he is one who is like, so back when he was in fourth grade, he was like, Princeton. I said, really? Because I feel like you'd be more for MIT. That's what mommy always saw. You love math so much. So he looked into it. In fourth grade, this child was what, 8, 9? 8 or, he knew. He's 13 now. Like, and it was like at that point. So at first he was talking about Princeton because he said that's the top university. And I was like, actually, if you're talking about, the got to have money to go there kind of a sure. But MIT. And so he looked into it. This child is taking Japanese right now. Let me just say, I am proud of my kid. All of my kids have different talents. I'm very proud of them, and they're owning it. They're going for it, and I'm encouraging it. So there you go. Which for me is slightly more like I know people love to create. Like for me, MIT is one of the places where I feel like when they have done research on something, their stuff can't be bought. There's a lot of universities that get swayed with money. MIT ain't one of those. I'm just saying. So I think it has a hell of a lot more integrity. A professor where? Cosmic, a professor at which one? No shit. Oh my gosh. So I have an uncle who had passed. He was a top contractor for a lot of for the government for the government. He has worked in so many different government facilities and departments. He created software and programs for the government from scratch, like built them up for what they wanted to do and run. And so he moved a lot of different places. Like he was never stationary because of that, because wherever the job was, he had to go. And he got offered a position to teach at MIT, and he chose to go ahead and turn it down, which I was like, what the fuck? He's not a fan of the area, of the New England area. And he liked the freedom of going different places and working on different projects. Like he would, like when I say, I mean, so fucking smart. And there's all kinds of smart, but that's the kind of smart that I am not interested in being. I awe at it. I am in awe of that shit, but I am not, So yeah, that is what we would like that's his goal. But he gets to do with it what he wants, and he's the type of child who, there's so much he could do because he can just memorize shit, and he has ADHD. So ADHD does not always inhibit. In fact, sometimes I think that's his saving grace, because with ADHD, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, which is really just one great big disorder. There's not two different ones. It's been grouped together now, at least in the US. They can hyper focus on something that they like. And it becomes like a natural talent because of that. So when he likes math, his ADHD kicks the fuck in and helps him and doesn't hinder him. Just saying. Happy New Year. So anywho, those are my babies. I just doted and so yeah, my little one was doing stuff yesterday. My older one, he wants to travel. So the 19-year-old is probably going to go different places and stay different places. We have so much family that has pumped his head, and he's cute enough for this. There's so many people that keep telling him he should model. He looks like the old school rockers. He has the long hair with the curls at the bottom. And he just wants to, and he's a big city. He has a draw to like cities and stuff. So, I've got family near Baltimore, near Washington, D.C. I've got some in, all up and down the coast of Virginia and North Carolina. And they're all like, come here for a little bit. And I was like, you may not have a lot of money. Like you're not going to backpack around Europe, but you could go 6 months here, 3 months there, and just work. Like I'm not encouraging him to go a path that's not for him. Figure out who the fuck you are and what you want to do, dude. So he's looking at that now because so many people, I can't believe this. Everybody's like, why don't you come? I was like, damn, what's wrong with me? I mean, they know where I live, so that might be it. I understand he needs to get out of here. So whatevs. Anywho, okay, guys. Well, I'm gonna hop off. I hope I just blah, a lot of shit. I know, whatever, depends on. I don't even know what you said. Depends on state regulations, David. I'm sorry, I totally missed that. So, but anywho, so yeah, I'm gonna hop off and probably clean. It's New Year's Day, so I'm gonna like bring some good energy in. I hope everybody has a fabulous beginning to the new year. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Peace out.